Hi everyone, I hope you're keeping well. The topic today that we're doing is solving simultaneous equations. Now we're going to be doing a couple of lessons on this, and the one that we're looking at today is solving simultaneous equations with linear equations. So let's have a look at these. Linear means that there's not going to be an x squared or an x times by y or a y squared. So let's have a look at these two equations. 3x plus y equals 5 and x plus y equals 1. Now, even though sometimes you can just spot the answer, unfortunately you're not going to get any marks if you just write down what the answer is. We've got to use our workings. Now, the way we do that is we get one of the letters the same. I tend to just make the second letter the same, so in this case the y is the same. The reason being is that when people try and get the x's the same, sometimes they can make mistakes with the different signs when they appear. So when we do this, here I've got plus 1y and plus 1y. So the y is already the same. Now, if the signs are the same, so if it's a plus y and a plus y, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the equations. And when I say subtract the equations, I mean the 3x's take away the 1x, so that's going to be 2x. The y take away the y, which is going to be 0, so that gets rid of the y's. And I'll do 5 take away 1, which is going to be 4. So I've got 2x's are 4. And then 1x will equal 2. So that's that one there. Once you've got the value of x, you've got to work out what the value of y is. Now you can substitute it into either one of these equations, and what we'll do is we'll substitute it into both just to make sure that it works. So instead of saying 3 lots of x plus y, I know that x is 2, so 3 lots of x is 6. So I can actually say 6 plus y equals 5. And if I take away the 6, I've got y equals minus 1. And just show that it doesn't matter which one you substitute it into. If I'd have done the same for this one, 2 plus y equals 1. So I'll take away the 2, we've got y equals minus 1. So x equals 2, y equals minus 1. Sometimes, especially when it comes to A level, what they'll expect you to do is write those as coordinates. So you might want to write 2 minus 1 if it asks you for coordinates, but if it doesn't, you don't need to worry. Okay, let's have a look at the next example. There's a treat, I might clean my whiteboard for tomorrow's lesson. Okay, so the next one, if we have a quick look at it, is going to be to solve x plus 2y equals 13 and 5x minus 2y equals 5. Now again, what we've got here is we've got the y's which are already the same. So this is a relatively straightforward example, but this one is a plus 2y and this one is a minus 2y. Now if I subtracted them, if I did 5x take away x, that would be 4x. If I did minus 2y take away 2y, so minus 2y take away 2y is going to be minus 4y. But if I'd have done it this way around, x take away 5x is going to be minus 4x, 2y take away minus 2y, so take away minus means plus, so 2y take away minus 2y is going to be plus 4y. So if you subtract the equations, you don't actually get rid of the y's. So what we need to do in this case, if one of them is positive and one of them is negative, you need to add the equations together. So 5x plus x equals 6x. Minus 2y plus 2y, so minus 2y, and down here plus 2y brings me back up to 0. So that gets rid of the y's. And then because we're adding it, 5 plus 13 is going to be 18. So 6x equals 18, x equals 3. And then what I tend to do is I'll put it into the easiest equation. So if there's no negatives, I'll put it into that one, just so I don't make any mistakes. So substitute x as 3 into this, and we've got 3 plus 2y equals 13. So take away the 3, 2y equals 10, y equals 5. Again, it doesn't ask for it in this case, but let's get used to writing it as coordinates, 3, 5. Right, we've got one more example, and then you guys can crack on and have a go at the worksheet for today. Again, remember to email me for the worksheet if you don't know where they are. I suppose you just leave a comment and I can direct you to them. Okay, so the next one is going to be slightly trickier, so it's going to be 2x plus 3y equals 2, and 5x plus 4y equals 12. Now again, what we're going to do is we're going to make the y's the same, but here the y's aren't the same at the moment. If I double this or treble this or quadruple this, I can't multiply by anything to make 4y unless I multiply it by 4/3. If I multiply this by 4/3 and this by 4/3, it doesn't make a nice number. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to try and make the y's the same by finding a number that both 3 goes into and 4. If I multiply this one by 4 and this one by 3, they're both going to be 12y. And when I say multiply this one by 4, one common mistake is people just multiply the y's by 4. But you've got to multiply everything by 4. So I'm going to do 4 lots of 2x, 4 lots of 3y, and 4 lots of 2. So that's going to be 8x plus 12y equals 8. If I do this thing by 3, I'm going to have 15x plus 12y equals 36. So I've multiplied this thing by 4, this thing by 3. And again, remember that if the sign's the same, we subtract the equations. So I'm going to do 15x take away 8x, which gives us 7x. 12y take away 12y disappears. 36 take away 8 is 28. And as soon as you get something like this and we see that the numbers are relatively nice, we can be confident that the answers are going to be correct. So divide by 7 and I've got x equals 4. Now, if I've got x is 4, if I substitute that into, say, this top one here, instead of saying 2 lots of 4, or sorry, 2 lots of x, 2 lots of 4 is 8. So I can say 8 plus 3y equals 2. So if I take away the 8 from both sides, I've got 3y equals minus 6. Divide by 3, I've got y equals minus 2. Again, if you just substituted x equals 4 into this one, I've got 20 plus 4y equals 12. Because 5 lots of 4, if x is 4, 5 lots of x is 20. So 20 plus 4y equals 12. Take away the 20, I'd have 4y equals minus 8. Divide by 4, and I still end up with minus 2. So it just goes to show it doesn't matter which of these equations you substitute your value of x into, you'll always get the same thing. So again, just to get into that habit, 4 minus 2, I'm going to write its coordinates. The other way to think about this sort of stuff as well is this is the equation of a line, this is an equation of the line. So the 4 minus 2, that's just the coordinates of where the lines intersect. But I think we're going to come to that in a different video. But for today, that's it. So well done.